Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Deja Nouveau, and you may remember me from such films as the video that I posted before here on my channel. I'm here today with my good Judy,
Kara Sutra.
and we decided to do a little makeup transformation for you and get up in the gigs and the zhuzh and just, feel the fantasy.
Yes, ma'am. Stay tuned to see what happens. It's time.
I have to shave my face.
Oh, yeah.
Be right back. Okay, let's go. So, do you still cover your brows?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes. Sometimes I don't.
Well, because I know sometimes you're like real fetish.
Yeah, it depends. Daytime, waiting tables, or anything that's going to be like face to face.
If you watched my first video, I also had a really hard time opening the spirit gum. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain too much about covering brows. There's 5 million tutorials on it, girl.
Oh, half of them are wrong.
No, shade alert.
Yeah.
So we're having a little bit of bubbly, some champagne, some champs. The cool thing about filming is people are gonna watch this later, and they don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
So they can't judge us for drinking. Is it 5 p.m.? Is it noon? Is it 11 a.m.?
You have no idea.
You be the judge.
Gummy fruit is gummy fruit.
Gummy fruit.
Gummy fruit.
I like that.
Just all the gummy stuff. My favorite thing to do with it is put it in ice cream because then it gets hard. So then you
I hate that.
Really?
I hate it.
Oh my god. I was doing makeup before I met you, but you painted my face and then I learned how to contour my nose. You know what I mean? You were the first drag queen to ever be like, let me be your face. And that was the thing that kind of started me off. So
even though I just put my face on you.
Yeah, but it helped me kind of hone a technique as to how to do this from somebody who had a little bit more training or more experience. So I think it's gonna be interesting to watch it and see what we do differently now.
I feel like there was a point where, and I'm guilty of it because I got stuck in a rut, and that's kind of why I quit drag for so long.
Yeah.
Is that I was literally painting the exact same face every single time, and I feel like there was just every queen on the scene was just trying to look like Raven.
Yeah. Oh no, totally.
Not very well.
Everybody, yeah, it's it's a technique that works, I think, for a lot of eye shapes and a lot of face shapes, and it was just
But it's stamped.
Yeah, it's repetitive.
Yeah. So where are you at? What are you? So you start with your. So you cover your brows and then you do your highlight first.
I do it kind of reverse. So what I used to do is so the technique that you taught me originally, where you throw it on your base and then you highlight on top of that and then contour on top of that. I kind of flipped it because I just find that I don't like white in my finished product at all. I think it's necessary because of the harsh lighting that we deal with a lot of the times and. The LED lights that clubs have, and stage lighting, box lights, can lights. That's why we use this heavier cosmetic, is because it translates better under the light, because the light washes out 60% of your makeup. I think it's necessary, but I don't think that you want it showing in the final product because it's too
stark.
Yeah, it's stark.
I can see that. So do you know what kind of eye you want to do yet?
Yeah, I have inspo over here.
Oh, you're
She going full on. It's that hair. That's what's doing it for me.
Yeah, I love that.
So
that's it.
Cream contour, do you still do it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the new thing. It's just to skip it.
Oh yeah, girls are skipping it and I'm like, what are you doing? So I think I used to love doing eyes. Eyes were my favorite thing. I would spend so much time on them. But I'm really enjoying focusing more on the skin, especially if you're somewhere where skin texture is going to be more visible.
Yeah, up close and personal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm gonna Facetune it, obviously, but
I don't Facetune at all. I've never used it. I've never downloaded it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The most editing that I'll do is. And I haven't edited any of the last photos on my Instagram at all. I've just posted them straight up, which is kind of crazy. that.
I just spilled champagne.
No!
Just kidding. It was a cheap bottle. I need a card to cut my eye. I'm really prepared, you guys. I'm just gonna use a check.
CHEQUE.
Yeah. Who gonna check me, boo?
Oh,
Not
shit.
you. So what made you want to start doing drag in the first place?
It was, I mean, like, officially what I tell people when they ask that question is that it was a college class that I was taking about gender and sexuality and like how everybody's viewed in the world and how like we have these gendered experiences and stuff like. It was like a genders and communications class essentially. But before that, I was doing drag kind of back in high school. Anytime that they needed like a female role for like a little video that me and my friends were making or whatever, I would just like, that was me.
Like,
I'd be the one
me.
yeah.
It me.
It me. It would be, yeah, it would be me and my mom's clothes that I'd like dig out of her closet. So, and that was just sort of like the start of it. And then it happened a few more times in high school and was always just sort of a side thing. But it wasn't until I realized that there was like actual drag queens and RuPaul's Drag Race was a thing. And like, but I've always kind of been creative. I've always kind of been into theater. I've always kind of like enjoyed that. So now like in hindsight, it all kind of makes sense. Like everything that I was doing was preparing me for this, even if I didn't really know what a drag queen was because of my like sheltered upbringing in some ways. So
do you think you like being naturally gravitating towards wanting to dress up was part of like just fun or more gender expression? Or both?
I think kind of a little bit of both. It was so like I grew up really religious and it was taboo. So I think breaking the rules was a little bit of it, but then I think some of it too was just like having a different experience. And I don't think I really understood like the sexual aspect of it until later on, because in high school it was all purely like, it was fun and like comedy and making people laugh. And then later when I started doing drag, like that Halloween, the first night that I went out, that's when like men were buying me drinks and it became like this kind of a whole sexual thing. And when I started to really experience kind of the fetishization, I guess, of trans women or drag queens, the more that I was doing it by myself in Colorado, because like I didn't have a scene out there. There was nobody that I could go out with. So I'd get all dressed up as a woman and then I'd go out to the clubs by myself. And like,
oh my God.
I had some interesting experiences, that's for sure.
None of that was a thing, I feel like, when I was that age.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe it was, but where I grew up was so not like wasn't an option.
Yeah.
I guess. Or I just didn't have those things available to me. There was only one, there's only one gay bar, but I guess you were going to straight bars, right?
No, there was one that was kind of like it flip-flopped back and forth. But for the most part, in Colorado, it was like Trax. Trax was, it's like the Neighbors of Seattle. It was where they would do like the one RuPaul Drag Race show. It was the biggest drag show that happened every month. It was like last Friday or something. And that's where you could go see like a couple of RuPaul's girls and then like the local drag queens, like the top of the game ones. And they would all do a show. But otherwise it was like you'd go to Charlie's, which was kind of this cowboy bar.
I've been to Charlie's.
Yeah. And then,
do you know Andrea Stacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know her. She's sick.
So I was in Denver for work.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw her. She is so sickening and so
she's sweet.
And so sweet. So nice, so genuine, like just a hell of fun. You were very like a rogue woman.
Yeah,
basically. When I met you.
Yeah.
Didn't we meet at like a Thai restaurant?
Thai, yeah. When I was visiting and I was hanging out with Ray and he was like, you want to be a drag queen? Well, you need to meet the coolest drag queens in Seattle, and that was you and Donna. And I came and watched you perform and was like, oh my God, this girl can do tricks and like
I love
flips and dives and dips and heels and like
I love a trick, honey.
Yeah, that was really kind of like how I got connected with people up here. And then once I found that community, I was like, bye Denver, I'm sorry. I love you, but...
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. It's...
Do you use TV white or 070?
070. TV white isn't white enough. It's like...
It's like pinky white?
It's like newscasters. I mean, they do drag makeup, but like...
Accurate.
A little bit. There is... Deja Nouveau is a newscaster out here somewhere.
Oh my God, look at me.
She's so fish, and she always has like, she's perfect.
So what do you think your weak point is? Like, what do you have the hardest time with on your makeup?
Brows.
Same.
I
I asked you because I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
So I switched to the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow, and I don't know why I waited so long.
It's absolutely incredible. When I shaved my eyebrows off, that's when I started using those products. I use the Kat Von D one. I think it's in a little different. Well, as you hide behind your Jeffree Star.
As I hide I'm a die-hard Jeffree fan.
I know, that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I might have been the lower price point for her creams, or like I liked the color better. Her taupe, I think, was a little. Well, she had a taupe and then she had a blonde, and I think I liked the blonde a little bit better for my skin colors.
I have used some of her products and they were good. I definitely did throw all of them out.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like cream is cream is cream to some degree.
I'm not upset where these brows are going. Not really mad. I'm not mad about it if that's what you're implying.
Oh man.
Did you ever watch that? It was like a Pixar movie called Home, or like a little alien or whatever. I was asking because there's a song in the movie by Cher. She did like an original. She did the voice for one of the characters in it, and the character basically looks like a drag queen.
I love it.
Obviously.
That's my favorite, is when like the characters kind of look like the way, like you can see the voice actor.
Yeah. And she sings, it's an original song, I don't know if she wrote it, but she sings it, called Oogaboo.
Oh my god.
And it's like talking about your, like finding yourself, like your Oogaboo is what makes you special.
Oh, cute.
And she's like, find your Oogaboo. Very Cher, it's so good.
Yeah. Do you believe in Oogaboo?
Here's the thing is, I don't think drag is hard. I think good drag is hard.
Sure.
Girl,
Yeah.
let's talk about Alexis Stone.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I just want to start by saying I have always been such a fucking stan. I love her. I think she's so insanely creative, and I think she's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's like shared so much of her life online,
How long have you
like
followed her?
years.
Can you remember? But yeah, no, I like how thoughtful the artist is about their art. And how much like goes into that, because they have such a platform and they do like, I don't know, it's somebody who kind of like fights with social media a little bit and doesn't just accept it for what it is, but is like kind of puts it back in people's face of like, this is what y'all, because social media like makes monsters.
Elliot, his boy name, who I've also followed for a long time, because not only is he really fucking hot, he's, I mean, just so, you know, he's done pieces that have been worn by like Gaga.
Like Gaga, and there was one time, and I think it's because Elliot had access to all of it, but it was like archive photos of all these like Hollywood props and prosthetics and just
and
like,
then he was like, I'm gonna put them all on my face.
Exactly, yeah.
And play y'all for the fool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was the biggest
really
gag.
cool, yeah. When during the reveal, I was like, oh, this is cute. They're doing like a transformation photo. And then I was like, oh no, she gagged us.
Yeah. When I first saw her post-op photos, or what were fake post-op photos, I was definitely surprised, because I was like, that's not the work I thought you were going to get done. But also, it's not my fucking face.
Yeah.
So if doing that is what makes you feel happy and makes you feel like your true authentic self, then fuck everyone and do it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, so he started getting like, you know, cheek fillers and stuff, which I thought looked great.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, you look like a monster, you've ruined your face. And he was like, okay, you want a monster? I'll show you a monster.
Exactly, yeah.
I guarantee 99% of the people who talk shit to him about his surgeries would never say it in person.
No.
In summary, we love you, Alexis Stone.
We do, yes.
I found Alexis because I was following Joseph Harwood.
Yes, that was like, she was one of my original favorite YouTube people.
Yeah,
Like,
who I found because I was following Peacherlude. Uh-huh. Misty Maven?
Misty Maven.
She, the original YouTube drag mother, honey. Also, sometimes when I drink champagne, I break out and it's happening.
Oh no, honey.
Oh well.
That's what the makeup's for. Cool, I'm looking funky. That's exactly what I want.
You say it's looking funky, that's what I want?
Yeah, like, it's not your regular eye shape, you know? And that's...
It's very, like, 1920s?
Yeah.
What are your pronouns?
They're kind of, I accept all of the above. Call me man, call me her, call me them, call me whatever. It's like, as long as it's not done maliciously. And that's when it's like, I can tell when people are like, excuse me, sir.
So it's like gender non-binary?
Yeah, like that's how I would describe myself, is I'm like trans feminine, non-binary. So
can you describe, or I guess define like trans femme?
Yeah, so trans feminine, trans is just basically not adhering to the gender that you're assigned at birth. So it's like, I have no desire to be ultra masculine. I have no desire to like be that man's man aesthetic of a man. Like,
yeah.
That's just, I don't get it. I don't see any point in that for me. Not that it's wrong, it's just not for me.
I can see that. I think that's cool.
We're still, yeah. And the weird thing is, like, historically, like, society was so open-minded, and then more recently, within the last, like, 80 years, 100 years maybe, it's been, like, very, maybe longer, but at least the last 100 years in America, it's been, like, even, like, watching this Mae West stuff, like, she was really racy for her time, and then they started editing her. And being like, we don't want anyone to not have these wholesome values in their lives, and she's not a wholesome figure. And it was like this enforcement of like, like somebody was going to tell you what was morally right and what was morally wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm all for like, if you want to go be part of like an organized religion and you believe XYZ and that works for you and you're not hurting anybody.
More power to
Yeah, I get it. But don't come to me and tell me what I'm doing is wrong just because you don't believe in it.
It's the people that like stand up Pride Parade with those signs.
That's
like,
exactly what I was thinking.
You're going to hell if you wear yoga pants. I don't think there's a single person that has ever been like on their way to a gay bar and then is like, you know what? I'm gonna follow this guy standing outside with that giant sign. Like it doesn't happen.
I'm gonna go switch out of my yoga pants and stop sucking dick.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't. So it's not effective.
I love both of those things, so I don't think I could ever stop. I switched contour colors.
What do you use now?
L'Oreal True Match.
Cool.
I
thought it said frigid next to it, but it's...
How cool is it?
It's frigid.
Imagine.
Yeah, not mad about it. I still use Blunt by MAC.
So one thing that I always struggle with is I accidentally bring my contour too far and I should stop it here.
Yeah, the corner of your eye. If you bring it any further, you look like a fucking almond. Sorry about it. Everybody does. I don't know. But, like, that's okay. That's one of those like harsh personal opinion things.
I was at a conference call earlier. I was working from home. And she was laying on the windowsill. She just fell out of the window. I was laughing so hard, but it was like, are you okay?
Struggle bus.
And I was like, sorry, that cat fell out the window. Who are some of your favorite Seattle queens?
Some of the most entertaining Seattle performers that I've seen would be Irene Dubois. Is like fucking, she's on kind of a different level from a lot of people. And I really enjoy the art that she produces. But on that same level, in my mind, is also like Arson Nikki. The usage of lighting and the ability to create different art. Because you go to so many drag shows and it's so much of the same, but to see somebody come out and create this like drag masterpiece that's also avant-garde, high fashion inspired, and like comes from this whole other place, that's amazing to me.
And does it well.
Yes, and like the execution is incredible. One of my favorite other performers would be Miss Texas, 1988. She fucking like slays the house with everything. It's just like the movements and the way that the drag is done is just so kind of theatrical. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to choose like specifics just because it's so diverse and all that space. What about you? You get to digest a lot of drag, I feel, because you are in that scene.
Yeah, I think that I have a kind of a cool, unique point of view. Whereas I did drag here in Seattle for 4 years? 3 years. 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And then I kind of pulled back and stopped doing drag as much, and I started go-go dancing at a bar, at the same bar that I used to do drag at. So I get to basically watch the queens kind of from a distance now and see how they interact with each other and kind of see a better cross-section of the drag scene. And I will say, a lot of queens have really surprised me and really impressed me. And there have been some that have really disappointed me in just seeing the way that they treat other queens and how they treat the industry. And I think there's a lot of queens here in Seattle that people are absolutely living for that I don't really think are great. I think they just have a lot of friends that come and support them, so they think they're really talented, but they're not. That sounds fucked up, but sorry about it.
And I mean, art is subjective too, so everybody's entitled to their own
100%, 100%. I obviously love Amora Dior Black. So Amora Dior Black is this wonderful queen. She's so sickening, so talented. She's an amazing performer, and when you meet her, you love her even more because she's like so genuine and nice and cool. One queen that I absolutely adore so much, I think she is so talented, and she's just like so goofy and weird and fun, is Sativa Queen. I met him and his family at a Lady Gaga concert, and just like totally hit it off with them, and they were all so cool. He like messaged me and was like, I want to start doing drag, do you have any advice? I was like, yeah, first, don't do it.
It's expensive, honey.
It's expensive. And
you have 5K laying around, good.
Yeah, it's a fucking trap. I guess that was like a very vague answer. So guess what time it is?
What time? Wait, like... Oh, highlight?
It's time to highlight my face. I'm gonna use my Jeffree Star Northern Lights palette.
Okay.
Look, I'm a YouTuber.
What's your favorite highlighter in that palette?
My favorite highlighter in this palette is Thawed Out, which is...
Come on, play on words.
This one. Mine's empty.
Cheers!
Cheers! I'm an alcoholic.
Well, zazzled.
Alright, so we're back. These are the final looks. I'm giving you like, Butch Kardashian, I would say. Like if one of the Kardashians had a man's face, that'd be me, right? Did you have fun, Kara?
I did. Oh my god, this was so much fun.
Oh my god,
It's been forever since I've been able to like sit next to somebody to do makeup.
I know, it's really
Yeah.
fun. Tell everybody about your look. It's like you have a lot more going on than I do.
There is a lot going on. This is a little 1920s glam Hollywood inspired. The gloves, the jewels. You know, why don't you come up and see me sometime?
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
It's so cute. And who styled this hair?
I did. This is actually, a little number I did just today. So
She literally just threw this together like
basically, it's
before
like,
you came over.
yeah, I shook and go.
Oh, I love that. Just for a gal on the go.
For a gal on the go,
I
yes,
love that.
exactly.
I am just wearing part of, where did I get this from? This might be from Fashion Nova, maybe. This is from Fashion Nova. It's very Fashion Nova, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Fashion Nova. Yeah, just like a super simple look. So these are the final looks. I had a really great time getting in drag with my good old sis, Kara Sutra.
Yes.
If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, all of that good shit. You can follow me on Instagram at DanTheMost with a period between each word. And where can people find you, Kara?
You can find me on Instagram at kara.sutra. And also the Palace Theater and Art Bar in Georgetown. If you're local to Seattle, come check out that show. It's on January 26th. Doors at 8 p.m. It's $12 at the door, and it's a vintage cabaret, darling. We're gonna relive the old glamour of vintage Hollywood. So come out.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Yes. Bye.